we need to have an open and honest discussion about so much in this world. But one thing we need to have an open and honest discussion about is drugs. Because I see these people, homeless, starving, doing fentanyl, and the fentanyl fold, and it's just terrible. And they're doing this stuff every day. And everybody's, like, oh my God, these people with these miserable lives doing drugs to escape the reality. But the truth is that, probably 80% of the people on Wall Street do cocaine socially all the time. There are drugs all throughout the upper echelons of society. For one thing, they just have better drugs. And they have other things to sustain their life, and they can do they'll do the things they have to do to go to work to make that viable, so they can live they want to do drugs in a nice environment. But the truth is that all throughout, Hunter Biden was doing crack in the White House. That's how pervasive it is, and it's throughout all of the upper echelons of society. George Bush did coke; he admitted it, but all of the whole upper echelon does drugs all the time, and it's readily available. And I grew up in an upper middle class. I've been doing drugs since I was like 8 years old, honestly, on and off. And sometimes I've learned how to regulate it, because there was a time when I used it just to completely escape. And during that time when I used it to completely escape, when I got high, every day it was necessary. I needed that time to get myself into a different place where I could address the problems that I need to address. And these people doing the fentanyl fold, they are in a worse position. They are just trying to escape everything, and they have absolutely no hope. And then there's people like me who was not, I was living across the street from the projects. I wasn't far from them, but I still had hope, and I could use that to numb myself until I could get myself into a better place. And then there are plenty of people at the top that just use drugs as part of their life. They go out to eat, they do some drugs, they have fun, they have sex, they laugh, and they have it under control because they're only using it, just like alcohol. Everybody thinks everybody's an alcoholic. Well, 90% of people aren't. They manage alcohol very well, but it's the alcoholics that get the attention because that is so horrible. We need to talk about the fact that drugs, alcohol being one of them, are a very important part of our society for recreation, for mood stabilization, we use them for so many psychological things, and everybody is using it. For the most part, there's just a small percentage of the population that, is really against that. And we need to look at the truth of everything we're doing so we can make decisions based on what's really going on.